Good morning, my dear student. Today we're going to take a new lesson, which is food relationship among living organisms. We have three types of food relationship. Number one, predation. Number two, symbiosis. Number three, saprophytes. Again, we have three types. Number one, predation. Number two, symbiosis. Number three, saprophytes. We're going first to take in details what's meant by predation. Predation is the food relationship among living organisms, where one living organism kill another one or devour another one. What's meant by that? Predation. We have two main living organisms. Number one is predator. Number two, prey. Predator kill the prey, or in other word is meaning devour. This relationship is temporary food relation. The relation between the predator and the prey is food relationship. This relation is temporary, which is end by killing or devouring the prey or part of it, where the predator attack, kill, devour the prey. Again, the relation between predator and the prey is a food relationship which is temporary. What's meaning of temporary? It's meaning it takes a time. Predator attack or kill or devour the prey, and this relationship is end by killing. Okay. This the first part. Predation in the animal. We have two parts. Predation in animal and predation in plant. The animal have two living organisms. Number one, predator. Number one, predator. Number two is prey. Predator like lion, kill or devour the deer. Wolf kill or devour the, for example, rabbit. This is the first type of predation. Number one, animal. What is another one? Plant. We have predation in plant. We know that the plant make photosynthesis process. Here, this is the plant. Take the light from the sun, take carbon dioxide from the air, and take salt, which is mineral salt, and water from soil to make photosynthesis process. So the plant to make photosynthesis process, it needs the light, which is come from the sun, carbon dioxide, which it take from the air, and mineral salt and water, which is come from the soil or take it from the soil to make photosynthesis process. Some other plant can't take salts or can take mineral from the soil. So what it can do to take the mineral from the soil, they make predation by attack insects. They get the needed protein. They get needed protein. They take protein from the insect. And the famous plant who take the protein from the insect is Drosera. It's open the leaves, and the insects enter inside the leaf, and they close the leaf together to attack the insect and get the protein from it. This is the second type from predation in plant. Again, predation in the plant. They prey or they attack some tiny insects. Give reason why the plant attack the insect to get their required elements as the protein. And these plants are known as insect eater. The plant will eat the insect is called insect eater, or in other words, insectivorous plants, as Drosera and Dionia. They are the famous plant who make that to get the protein from the insect is Drosera and Dionia. The predation in plant is less than predation in animal. Give reason. Predation in plant is less than predation in animal. That's because the plant can make their own food, which is carbohydrates and protein, by photosynthesis process. So the plant can make their own food like carbohydrate and protein by photosynthesis process. So some plant cannot make protein, that's why it's called insect eater, to bring protein from the insects. There is some way of self-defense against predation, or against the predation of the living organism. Number one is camouflage, and second one is mimicry. What's the difference between the camouflage and the mimicry? Camouflage meaning changing color. They change their color. But mimicry change in shape. Again, camouflage change color, but mimicry change in shape. Camouflage meaning phenomenon in which living organism protect itself from enemies. Some animals make camouflage to protect themselves from enemies by changing color, to simulate the color of the surrounding environment. That means they take the color of the environment. If they're standing on the green leaf, they take the color green. If they're standing on brown wood, they take the color brown. If they're standing on something red, they take the red color, and so on. This phenomenon is found in fish, frog, bird, chameleon, and most insects as butterfly. Here is the shape of the chameleon. This is the chameleon, which has ability to hide from the enemies by changing its color, so it's making camouflage. This is the chameleon. When, as you see here in the picture, they're standing on the green leaf, so its color take the green color. The mimicry is phenomena in which the harmless living organism imitate other harmful, poisonous living organisms. What's the meaning of that? Meaning that the mimicry, we have living organism which is harmless. The living organism is harmless. Try to take the shape of harmful or poisonous organism to threaten their enemy. They try to escape from the enemy by changing their shape, changing the shape from harmless to harmful or poison living organisms to threaten their enemies and escape from them. Again, so we have some way of self-defense. Number one, camouflage. Number two, mimicry. Camouflage, it's changing color, but the mimicry, it's changing shape, like bees change their shape into waves. If I ask you a question, give reason. Some bees look like wasps. Why? Give reason. Because they try to threaten their enemies, which get afraid of wasps and escape from them. Now we finish the first part of the first type of food relationship is predation. Now we're going to take the second part, which is symbiosis. Symbiosis have three types: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. Again, symbiosis have three types: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. What is the mutualism? It's a food relationship in which each organism gets benefit in the form of food from other. As we hear, number one, mutualism. For example, we have as a bees, there is a bacteria called nodular bacteria, which is live in the roots. Is nodular bacteria, and the ligand plant as being. What is the relation between them? Each of them get benefit from each other in the form of food. This one give to the ligands food, and other give the nodular bacteria food. So the relation between nodular bacteria and the bean plant, that each one benefit from each other in the form of food. Nodular bacteria fix nitrogen in an organic form to provide the plant with it. Of course, you know the bean plant needs nitrogen. So who fix the nitrogen in the soil is the nodular bacteria. On the other hand, the plant gives bacteria with the sugar made by the plant during photosynthesis process. You know that the plant, to make photosynthesis process, it needs CO2 plus light plus salt plus water. All of these is converted to food, which is starch and sugar. Who is going to take the sugar from the plant? The nodular bacteria will take the sugar, who the plant do it in by photosynthesis process, and the bean plant will take the nitrogen from the soil. So each one benefit from each other, which means the nodular bacteria take the sugar, which the plant make it by photosynthesis process, and the bean plant take the nitrogen gas from the soil, which nodular bacteria do it or fix it. That's the first example for mutualism. Number B or number 2 is commensalism. Is the food relationship between two living organisms, but here is one benefit from the other, but the other not benefit. Again, here is the living organism where one of them benefit from the other, while the other neither get benefit or harm. So it's not benefit or harm. Like the relation between sponge and tiny aquatic plant, sponge and aquatic plant. The aquatic plant gets food and shelter from the canal and fissure that are found inside the sponge. You know that sponge have holes like this. The small aquatic plant is living inside it. It's living inside it. The sponge taking it as shelter and food. Shelter and a food. Okay? But on the other hand, the sponge neither get benefit nor is harmed. Again, aquatic plant use the sponge as the shelter, as a home and food, but the sponge neither get benefit nor get harm from the aquatic plant. So commensalies, one get benefit and other one not get benefit or cannot benefit. Number 3, parasitism. Is a food relationship between two different living organisms. One get benefit, but the other one not get benefit, and at the same time it gets harmed. Again, the food relationship between two different living organisms, with one benefit from the other, which is known by parasite. It's called parasite, while the other one is called host, which is not get benefit and at the same time is harmed. For example, we have two types of parasitism. External, which live outside the body. Internal, which live inside the body. External like what? External like mosquito, Jewelous lamprey, and bugs. You're going to see it here. Parasitism, mosquito, which live outside the body, which harm the host and get benefit from it, while the host gets harm from it and not get benefit. Okay? The internal parasitism, which is live inside the body, we have here Filaria, which make symphysis disease. Mosquito make malaria or causing malaria. Flies make convey black disease to man, and bilharzia worm causes bilharzitis. Scaris causes anemia. Again, we have external parasite and internal parasite. Mosquito make malaria, flies, which make blood. Internal, like Filaria, making infantile diseases. Bilharzia's diseases. Scaris, anemia disease. Here is the bilharzia. We have a picture of bilharzia disease. This is the bilharzia, and this one is mosquito. I want to compare between the three types of symbiosis again. Symbiosis. Again, we have mutualism, commensalism, parasitism. Commensalism, we said, each one benefit from each other. Both are benefit from each other. Commensalism, one get benefit and the other get benefit, not benefit, and at the same time not harmed. But parasitism, one get benefit, the other not benefit but get harmed. Here is not harm, but here is a get harm. This one is called parasite, which harm the host. Okay, this is the summarize of symbiosis, which is consists of mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism. The third type for the food relationship, we finish predation, symbiosis, mutualism, commensalism, parasitism. Now we're going to take saprophytism. It's the third type of food relationship. This type is food relationship in which saprophytes, decomposer, get their food by decomposing food remain or bodies of dead organisms. Meaning, that means the food decomposed, like we have orange, okay, and sometimes you found a green part on the orange. Here is you have orange. You find the green part in the orange. That means you can't eat this orange. Why? Because this food has decomposed. Okay. Or we have here like mushroom fungus or bread mold fungus. We have sometimes bread. You found again a green part on it, which is called bread mold fungus. This orange is called, this fungus is called penicillium, which live on the orange, decomposed orange. And which make the fungus which is found in the bread, it's called bread mold fungus. So the bread, the fungus which found in the bread is called bread mold fungus, and what's decomposed the orange is called penicillium fungus. And we have a mushroom fungus. Here we have saprophytism. Here we have bread mold fungus. We have see in the picture green color on the bread. That means that there is a living organism decompose the bread. And here we have mushroom, which is called mushroom fungus. Saprophytes, as a bread mold fungus, get their food by decomposing food remain. They decompose the food remain to get their own food or to get their food. Okay, we finish our lesson today. I hope to be enjoy. See you next lesson. Bye bye.